Welcome back to my channel, guys. At the time that I'm making this video, it is spa month here in Miami. Now, last year I made a video on restaurant month, which overlaps partially with spa month. So here in Miami, restaurant month takes place actually for 2 months in a row, every August and September, every single year. And spa month happens every July and August. I'll link to the restaurant month video I made last year up here if you're curious to check that out. But this video will be focused on spa month. Now, you're probably wondering, why does Miami do it for 2 months? Same with restaurant month. Why 2 months? Well, the thing is, the summers here are the dead season, like the low season tourism wise. Summers in Miami are extremely hot and extremely humid. At the time that I'm making this video, it is 90 degrees outside and very, very humid. It's a tropical climate after all. So most people know better than to visit Miami in the summer. However, these local businesses have to stay afloat. So they have all these deals at restaurants and spas in order to draw in clientele, especially locals. In my opinion, restaurant month is worth it in Miami. Like, you do end up saving money. The thing with spa month is, yes, these are deals, but at the end of the day, spas are expensive no matter what. So it's kind of tough to pay less than $200 in my observation. Spas typically add 20% tip automatically. So if it's a $200 bill, you're automatically adding 40 bucks on top of that. So for these reasons, it's important to be strategic and selective about which spas you're willing to go to. So I've been exploring a ton of new spas that I had never been to here in Miami Beach so that you don't have to. And high level, I want to talk about things that I found and ones that I would recommend. However, this video will not be like, a best versus worst Miami Beach spas. I actually already made a YouTube short this week that I put out a few days ago. I'll link to it up here if you want to check that out. That's more like bird's eye view, boom, boom, boom. This spa has this other spa has that, pros and cons, and so on. This video will not be that, but something tells me the criteria I have for spas might be similar to the criteria other people have for spas. So before I proceed, let me know in the comments, if you're a spa person, what is your criteria? Before you hear mine, I want to know, what are the things that you look for, if anything, that a spa must have for you to be willing to go there and potentially spend, 200, maybe 300, maybe 400 bucks. A lot of these spas that participate in spa month, by the way, they normally run up to 300, 400, 500 bucks. So you're getting a deal during spa month. It's just that it's still pretty pricey. Again, it's very unusual to pay less than 200 bucks for anything during spa month, for any service. So here's my criteria. My whole thing is, if I know I'm going to spend at least 200 bucks at a spa, I expect amenities. Okay. A relaxation room is not enough. Okay. My living room is my relaxation room. I don't need a relaxation room. I don't need a lobby. I don't need tea. I need amenities. My number one thing is a steam room. I love a steam room. Some people like their sauna, some people like steam rooms. Let me know in the comments, are you a sauna or steam room person? I need a steam room. I don't like saunas. So that's my first point of criteria. Does it have a steam room? Ideally, it has other amenities like maybe a whirlpool, a hot tub, maybe a cold plunge, maybe some nice spacious showers with the, rainfall shower heads where it just comes down on you like a cascade of water, like a waterfall. But here's another thing, and I've been discussing this with friends, and every woman I've said this to, that I've talked to about this, unanimously they agree. I don't like co-ed facilities. I think it's very strange. The only exception would be if you're going as a couple, a heterosexual couple, right? If you want to go with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, I get that. I get that you don't want to be separated. You want to enjoy the facilities together. You want to be in the hot tub together. You want to be in the pool, in the steam room, whatever, together. I get it. But other than that, I think co-ed facilities for spas are very strange. First off, I think these facilities in general are very intimate. There's a reason they often are in locker rooms, right? Steam rooms and saunas. But also, co-ed facilities implies that you can have up to twice the amount of human beings using these facilities. And, a hotel spa on a weekend can get really busy, which totally kills the vibe, in my opinion, of a spa. I go to spas to relax, to disconnect, and nothing takes me out of that escapism more than, you know, a crowded room of people yapping at the, at the sauna or the steam room. So because there are so many options with spas in Miami during spa month, I now exclusively go to places that I know have a steam room, and it's gender specific, genders are separated, and ideally there are other amenities as well to benefit from. There are 3 spas that participate in spa month that I recommend for these reasons. The first one is the Ritz-Carlton in South Beach. Really nice facilities, very bougie, very elevated and premium and posh. The steam room and the sauna are very spacious. The second one I really like is the Edition Mid Beach. Now, this one doesn't have any amenities other than a steam room, but it's a pretty nice steam room. And again, also a bougie hotel. And I also really like the Nobu Eden Rock Spa, which is called Essentia Wellness. Now, this one, the amenities are small, like each amenity or facility fits like, I don't know, 3 or 4 people, but there's multiple things. There's a sauna, there's a steam room, there's a whirlpool slash hot tub, there's a cold plunge tub. They're all small, but there's something for everybody. There are 2 other spas in Miami Beach that I really like because the amenities are huge. So many options, really spacious, but both of them are co-ed facilities and they get really busy, really crowded. So I'm not a fan of that, but they are among the nicest amenities I've seen for a spa in Miami. The first one is Lapis at the Fontainebleau Hotel. These are amazing spa facilities. You also get access to their pools, both indoor and outdoor. Huge steam room, just great facilities. However, again, not only co-ed and super busy when I went, but the crowd is like kind of trashy, which I found out after the fact. The Fontainebleau Hotel is notorious for this, apparently, that the crowd is like not that sophisticated. So to give you an example, when I went into the steam room, these girls were twerking and taking selfies. Now, I don't know about you, but when I walk into a spa, I'm there to unwind. Having people twerking and taking selfies in the steam room is not really my idea of relaxation. Now, that spa does participate in Spa Month if you're looking for a deal and want to check it out. The other spa that I do really like is the Standard Spa in Miami, which is on the Venetian Island. So this is like a hot spot because even though it's still technically Miami Beach, it's not literally on the island of Miami Beach. It's on a random island between what I call the mainland of Miami, the city, and Miami Beach. So it's like a random island in the middle of the bay. And for that reason, even though it's a spa connected to a hotel, it actually has very much a locals vibe. A lot of locals do staycations there and also just hang out at that hotel, that spa, that restaurant, that bar. The spa is kind of amazing. There's a huge hammam room, huge. Also, sauna, steam room. I believe there's also like an ice room, and you get access to their really nice pool outside, as well as the bay itself if you want to swim in there, although most people do not here in Miami swim in the bay. The only thing is they don't participate in Spa Month, A, and B, again, co-ed and gets super crowded, both the spa and the hotel. The pool outside is one of those Miami Beach pools where oftentimes you won't even find a seat. So these are places, this and Lapis at the Fontainebleau, I think these are spas that are worth checking out maybe on a weekday, but otherwise, I don't necessarily recommend them. If you live in Miami, I want to know what's your go-to spas, if you have any. Again, I want to know what your criteria is for spas if you're a spa goer. And finally, if you don't live in Miami, does your town or city also do Spa Month? Let me know in the comments. Let's share with the class. Catch you guys next time.